Good day and greetings from the President Cup 2021 for Rifle and Pistol here in the wonderful city of Wroclaw, Poland. We are coming live broadcasting from the shooting range WKS Śląsk in Wroclaw. It is the last day of the finals. It is the last day of the competition as well. We've gone through the 25-meter pistol event. And now we're coming on to the 50-meter rifle. First, we have the 50-meter rifle men event. Then we'll have the women event. And after that, we are starting with the mixed team event. It's going to be the last competition and the last final of the day. Here we see the athletes preparing for the finals. It's going to be a little bit different than it used to for the three-position event for the 50-meter. There are some changes. So this experimental format is going to be a new thing for all of us to see, as well as the athletes, of course. But we're going to get into that in a second, just as soon as everybody gets settled in and ready for this finals. What we're going to be seeing here is the all three position, kneeling, prone and standing for the first stage of the finals, where there will be 8 athletes that qualified in the qualifications to be able to compete for the gold at the 2021 ISSF President's Cup for the 50-meter three-position rifle event. We have representatives from Russia, Serbia, Slovakia, Ukraine, Croatia, China, and Norway. There are 2 Croatian representatives here. One from Ukraine, one from Serbia, one from China, one from Norway, Russia as well, and Slovakia. And it's interesting to see all the 3 positions being held here in the finals. And for the second stage, it's only going to be 1 position, the standing position, and there will be only 4 athletes left in the competition for the medals. Make sure to comment on this new experimental format of the finals. Follow the official page of ISSF on Facebook and Instagram, and definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel, the official ISSF YouTube channel, to never miss any of the events being held by ISSF. The organizers are moving fast, doing a great job preparing for this finals. As usual, the kneeling position will be first one. Prone position is the second one, and the last position we could say the hardest position, standing one, is the last one. I think we're close to the beginning of this finals. There were more than 30 countries competing in the President's Cup. 12 of the greatest athletes in the world in their discipline, according to the world ranking, are competing. And among other, some of them will win the golden target at tonight's event in the evening, after all of the competitions are over. We had a wonderful 7 days of competition here. Even the weather was nice. They say it's usually a little bit colder in this time in Wroclaw. I think they call it the golden autumn, when it's this kind of warm, let's say, in this time of year. This format, the new one that we're gonna see here today, it's making the sport a little bit more dynamic, spectacular, a little bit more different. So pay attention to what's happening and definitely tell us what you think about it in the comments. The competition being held here in Wroclaw, the fourth largest city in Poland. It's actually a cultural and scientific center of Poland, they say. A lot of students are here. So the city is very, very alive. And there's a beautiful blend of modern architecture alongside the historical, cultural buildings and the ones built in the 1950s. Kind of all comes together really, really nicely. I have to admit, I was good day. One more time, greetings from the President's Cup 2021 for rifle and pistol in Wroclaw, Poland. We have finished with all of the 25-meter pistol events for today. This is the last day of the competition. And we are left with the 50-meter three-position rifle event. First we have the men, then women. And in the end, for the last competition of the last day, we'll have the mixed team event for the 50-meter three-position rifle. We're coming to you live, broadcasting from the shooting range of UKS Śląsk Wrocław. Ready for this new and different experimental format of the finals for the three-position event.
Just wait for
It's going to be a new and experimental format of the finals, so let us know in the comments what you think about this new kind of way of conducting the finals. You can also follow the official Facebook and Instagram page of ISSF, as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss any of the events being held by ISSF
Range is ready for the final stage
all over
one,
the world.
Semi-final.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the next final during the 2021 ISSF President's Cup in
All right,
rifle
we are
and
starting
pistol
with the
in Wrocław,
finals.
Poland. Right now, 50 rifle, 3-position man final. The new format. Let's see how it will go. On firing point I, representing
We'll have the
Slovakia,
presentation first, of course,
2020 Olympic Games Tokyo participant,
of all
bronze
of
medalist
our
of
finalists.
2021 World Cup in Osijek, the current 9th place in the world
First one to
ranking.
come to the firing line for the 50-meter 3 position.
Please welcome
ISSF
Patrick
President's Cup
Jany.
2021. On firing position J from Slovakia is Patrick
On firing
Jany,
point H, representing Croatia, 6th during
currently
2020
ranking
Tokyo
9th
Olympic Games,
for the world
2017
ranking for the
junior
50-meter
world
rifle
champion, 10th
3-position
in
man.
world ranking. Please
Next up,
welcome Miran Maricic.
we have the bronze medalist from ISSF's President's Cup
On
already
firing point G,
for the
representing
10-meter.
Russian Federation, first in the
Milan
world
Maricic
ranking,
from
2020
Croatia,
and 2016 Olympic
one of
Games
the
silver medalist
Croatian
with total
representatives in
37
this finals.
ISSF medals. Please welcome Sergei Kamensky.
Next up from Russia, Sergei
On firing
Kamensky.
point F, representing Norway, 4th at the 2020 Tokyo
He's shooting
Olympic
in the
Games,
firing
7th
position
place in the
H.
current world ranking. Please welcome John Herman Heck. On firing point E, representing China, 2020 Tokyo
Next
Olympic
up,
Games gold medalist.
ranking 7th in the world.
Third in the
Firing
current world
position
ranking.
G is John
Please
Herman Heck from
welcome
Norway,
Czech
22-year-old.
On firing point D, representing Serbia, 2020 Tokyo Olympic Game bronze medalist and
Now we have
silver at the
Zhang Zhang from
2016
China,
World Cup in Munich.
a young shooter of
Please
21
welcome
years old,
Sebić Milenko.
Serbian representative.
On firing point
Shooting on
C,
firing
representing
position
Ukraine,
E, Milenko Sebić.
2016 Rio de Janeiro Olympic Games silver medalist, second in
Who
the
won
world
the bronze
ranking.
medal in Tokyo this year.
Please welcome Sergei Kulish.
Sergei Kulish, next one to come to
And
the
on
firing
point
line.
D, representing Croatia,
Will be shooting
fifth
on
of the
position
2020
D.
Tokyo Olympic Games, 2018 World Championship silver medalist, 8th in world ranking.
The
Please
second
welcome
Croatian
Peter Gorsa.
representative to be in the finals. Firing position
And
C,
now let's
Peter
meet their
Gorsa.
coaches. Firing point A from Slovakia, Zoltan Balaš. From Croatia, Damir Bošnjak. From Russian Federation,
And
Tatiana
these are the
Goldovina.
coaches coming
From
together
Norway,
to be
Vidar
behind
Vinstad
their
Hosmo.
athletes at this
From
finals.
China, Yao Ye.
We will be
From Serbia, Alina Sebić. From Ukraine, Iho Cheredinov.
watching
And from
right now.
Croatia,
So as I said,
Snezjana
first we
Pejic.
have the men's finals, then it's the
chief
women's
rank
finals,
officer of this final is Patryk
and
Brzeziński
last
from
of the
Poland.
day and of the competition will be the final for the
And the
50-meter
jury
rifle
member in charge of this final
3-position
is
mixed
Piero Fenati
team.
from Italy.
Long day
Best
of
of luck for all the
finals today
finalists.
here for the last
Take
day
the position.
that will be ending with the evening event of presenting the golden target to the best ones here. The athletes will now prepare for the sighting shots. Snezjana Pejic as the coach for the Croatian team, also an athlete. All right, and now that we're getting ready for the beginning of the finals will be conducted in this way. The 8 that qualified for the finals are going to fire 2 series of 5 shots in each position. The first position being the kneeling one, which they have 200 seconds for the 5 shots. After that, they have a 5-minute changeover from kneeling to prone. Then we have the prone position, where they fire 2 series of 5 shots in a time of 150 seconds, with a changeover of 7 minutes from prone to standing, including the sighting shots as well. And in the standing position, the athletes have 250 seconds for each series of 5 shots. Each 5-shot series, the best one,
5
the
minutes
best
per
score
and sighting time.
after the 5-shot series wins 8 points. The second best wins 7 points. The third best 6 points. And it goes on until 1 point. Which means for every single series of 5 shots, and there will be 6 of them, the athletes will win points
We have just
according
begun with the preparation and sighting time for the kneeling position. After 5 minutes,
to the score that they had.
targets will be changed for match firing.
After these 6
We will have
series
2
of 5
match
shots,
series
the 4 athletes with the
5
highest
shots.
number of points
in the kneeling position.
will
Then
move
athletes
to the
will
medal match,
change their
and the other
positions
4
in front.
are
We'll have-
the ones
they
who
will
will
have
leave the
5
competition
minutes of preparation
after the
and
6
sighting
series.
time.
So for the second stage of the
After that,
finals, we will have
they will
4
have also 2
athletes
series of 5
competing for
shots
the gold,
in front
where they'll be
position.
starting from
After
0
completing
one
the
more
second
time,
series,
and
then 7 minutes of changeover time
the whole
will be
stage
given.
is going to
change
be
the standing
in the
position.
standing position.
After that,
So we have
after
2 series in the
of
kneeling
5
position,
shots
2 in the
standing
prone,
position.
2 in the standing,
4
and
lowest
after
ranked
that,
finali-
only the
finalists
standing
will be
position
eliminated.
for the second stage.
After that, we'll go to
In the
next
second stage, we have
of the
4
final
series of 2
with
shots.
the 4 top athletes.
For these 2 shots,
They will
the
shoot
athletes will
4
have
series of
100
2
seconds
shots in standing position,
per series.
and after the 4 series,
The best score here
lowest ranked finalists will be eliminated.
will win 4 points, second
Then
best
we will go
3
to
points,
the
third
last
best
stage
2
of the
points,
final,
and the
the
lowest
individual
one
shots,
will receive 1 point
each worth 2 points.
after each series. After these 4 series, the bronze medal will be decided, as well as the 4th place. And then there are only 2. And when we have 2 athletes left, all of the scores will be 0 again. And these 2 will be competing against each other for the gold medal. This time firing with only single shots on command in a time of 50 seconds. The one with the better score will win 2 points, and of course, if they're tied, which we're already used to, they will each win 1 point. The gold medal winner is the athlete that first reaches 10 points. Here it's obvious that the minimum number of the single shots would be 5. But it's probably going to be more than that. It is the sighting shots in the kneeling position now for the 8 athletes competing in the first stage of the finals. Sergej Maricic, have about 1 more minute left. To do this one. It's going to be interesting to see these 2 different stages of the finals.
30 seconds.
You can let us know what you think about them, of this different way of conducting the finals. The athletes are going to have to move fast between the positions, definitely, since they have first 5 minutes to change over, and then they have 7 minutes for the changeover.
Stop, unload.
Done with the sighting series. The finalists are ready. To start with the first series of 5 shots in the kneeling position.
Stop.
So Gorsha from Croatia, Kulish from Ukraine, Sebić from Serbia, Zeng from China, Heg from Norway, Kamensky from Russia, Maricic from Croatia, and Yanni from Slovakia, competing for the gold. Of course, silver and the bronze medal as well at the 2021 ISSF President's Cup for the 50-meter 3-position rifle men event. Gorsha started with a 9.8 in the kneeling position. Now he shot a 10.3. He's shooting a little bit on the right. He might need to adapt his sight a bit. This discipline is sometimes being shot outside, so the wind definitely affects their shots. This time we're inside, so there's no wind. It's the perfect condition to shoot. Yanni shooting at 10.2. His is a little bit up, but they are all very, very close with the results, as we can see. Heck had a 9.4 now. Zhang with a 10.7. There's a difference of around 2.5 points between the first one and the last one currently.
For the next competition period, low.
Kamensky was the best one in the series with a 51.9, a 0.6 of a difference in front of Kulish. He's the one to win 8 points here in the beginning after the first series of 5 shots. Kulish won with 7 points. Yanni 6 points. 4 points went to Sebić and Zhang since they were both tied. 3 points to Maricic, 2 points to Gorsha, and Heg was the one to win 1 point after the first series. Maricic started with a 10.6. Two times. Kamensky. 10.4 and now a 10.6. He's doing a really good job still, having won the first 8 points. Gained himself a big advantage here. One more time for Kamensky. Let's see what Zhang does after this 10.4. Gorsha kept the shots on the left now. Sebić finished with a 10.3 as his last shot in the kneeling position. And we're coming to the end of the series. Only Kulish left. 10.8 and now a 9.9 for his last one in the kneeling position. And now, in these 5 minutes, the athletes are required to move really, really fast to change for the prone position. But let's first see how they're standing now. In the lead, we have Kulish with 14 points, Kamensky with 13 points, Zhang won 12 points in total. Yanni and Maricic are sharing their 4th position with 8 points, Sebić 7, Heg 5, and right now in the 8th position we have Gorsha with a total of 3 points. Currently after the kneeling position. Now, as we can see, they are changing. And there are exact measurements that are permitted for the equipment for rifle shooters. It's actually a long list of regulations seen in millimeters, which can show how much of a technical discipline a rifle is. It, of course, depends on the shooter to be skilled to work with his equipment, which is as important as being able to shoot very well and under this pressure of the finals to get the best results. It's much different than what we experience from the pistol shooters. These are regulations for, let's say, thickness of the equipment, the jacket, the trousers, the shoes, gloves, and even the athlete's wardrobe underneath, and not to mention the standard for the rifle itself. The athletes are required to adapt their equipment, responded to the position they're taking next, which can take a bit of time. As we can see, they need to work fast, but of course cautiously and with high concentration to get everything in order before the start of the next finals. With these few minutes of changeover and preparation, they really don't have time to lose, so the tension is held high throughout the whole finals. Two more minutes for the sighting time. I think most of them are taking their position already. They're in the prone. Continuing with the competition. We can say they did it very, very fast. Some of them stay in their trousers, their shooting trousers. Some of them don't. It's really an individual choice of the athletes and the way they just like it. It's different for everybody. It's more about what is more comfortable. But if you ask the athletes, I don't think they would say that any of these positions are actually comfortable. They're tightened from few sides, and the sling they use for the left hand to hold the rifle. The sling can sometimes make the athlete's left arm a little numb. So it's good that they are shooting only 2 series of 5 shots in the finals. They have 30 more seconds until the end of the preparation and changeover time to start with the second part of 2 series of 5 shots in the prone position, fired in a time of 150 seconds. This is the position in which they have the least time, because it's thought of as the fastest one to do in the prone position. The chief range officer called a stop of the preparation time. So we will be starting with the first series of 5 shots, where again the best score wins 8 points, second best 7 points, and so on we go until 1 point. If they are tied, they each receive the same number of points of the lower value. And here they start. Heg starts with a 10.9. Very good start for Heg. Currently in the 7th position with 5 points. Gorsha starting with a 10.5. Kamensky 10.5, Zhang as well. 10.6 by Yanni. The prone position is usually the one where we get the best results. Some would argue it's the easiest one to do, and it comes right before the hardest one, which is the standing position. Last position that they will be taking, after which they will not be going back to any of the other positions. Similar to what happens in the 25-meter rapid fire, where in the qualifications they have 8 seconds and 6 seconds and 4 seconds for the 5 targets and 5 shots, and then when they get to the finals they only have the one with 4 seconds for 5 shots. Here in the second stage of the finals we will only be seeing the standing position. All right, some really good shots by Heg. We see here Zhang as well. Gorsha just had a 10.7. And I think they're actually really close to the end. They have half a minute left, approximately, to finish this one. And yes, I think they're all done. All right, 3 points go to Gorsha, 2 points to Kulish, 7 points Sebić, 5 points to Zhang. Heg wins 7 points. And when it's all done, Kamensky is in the lead with 18 points, Zhang 17, Kulish 16 points, Sebić has 14. There's no ties. They're continuing with the second series of 5 shots. The whole finals is moving very, very fast because we're going on to the stage 2 when there's only 4 of them left. Because after this first stage, when they're done with the standing position. 4 of the finalists are leaving the competition. .6 by Sebić. Maricic as well, a 10.8 by Jani. Very good shot. He had a little mishap going up, but now he's back in. 10.4 by Maricic. Kamensky is really doing a great job. He's also in the lead. Now he shot a 10.7 as his 18th shot. 10.6 by Gorsha. .7 Gorsha, 10.7 2 times in a row for Kulish. 10.7 Sebić. Hag had a 10.8. These are some really good shots fired in this finals. Most of them are done. We are still waiting for Jani, Kulish, and Gorsha. Now only Gorsha is left. He had a 10.5. Let's see what his last shot will be. A 10.6. Very good. 7 points for Gorsha after this one. 6 points for Kulish. Sebić 5 points. 1 point is for Zhang. Heg 4 points. Kamensky 8 points. One more time. Maricic 3 points. And Jani 2 points in this second series of prone position. Let's see what it is now. Kamensky in the lead. Kulish following him. 4 points of a difference. Sebić with 19 points. Zhang 18. 16 points to Heg. Jan and Gorsha tied with 13 points and currently on the line. And on the last place right now is Maricic. The two Croatian representatives taking the 7th and 8th place. Now for the 7-minute changeover. There is a lot to do. So the parts of the rifle that are changing is front and back sight, the cheek piece, the butt plate, as well as the hand rest. So basically the athletes must change the whole movable parts of the rifle, and they have to do it precisely because if you can imagine, 50 meters is a big distance. There's no place for a mistake. And the standing position is the hardest one. They're allowed to use the stand for the rifle. Kamensky is already first one to start with the sighting. He has changed his, adapted his equipment very, very fast. Some of them are still doing it. This is not an easy task for the athletes. But it's interesting for us to see how they do it and how it's important for them to have the technical knowledge that is for the rifle. Which the pistol shooters they have a little bit of a different approach. All right, most of them are already taking the stand. Maricic and Sebić are the ones who are still have not started with the sighting time.